Hey cat lovers, welcome back to Dive Into Meow, your one-stop channel for everything feline. Today, we're diving into one of the hottest debates in the cat world, wet food versus dry food. But wait, we're also going to talk about something that's gaining a lot of attention, raw food. Is it just as good? Let me share a quick story about my cat, Whiskers. A few months ago, I noticed he wasn't drinking enough water and seemed a little sluggish. This got me thinking, am I feeding him the right food? That simple question sent me down a rabbit hole, or should I say a cat tunnel, exploring the world of wet food, dry food, and even raw food. So today I'm breaking down everything I've learned, the pros and cons of each type, how your cat's age, personality, and even your schedule affect food choices, and how you can balance health and cost. Let's dive in. Let's start with wet food, Whiskers' all-time favorite. Did you know that wet food contains about 70 to 80% water? That's a big deal for cats who naturally don't drink a lot of water. In the wild, cats get most of their hydration from their prey. But for indoor cats, wet food plays the role of a hydration hero. This is especially important for older cats or cats prone to urinary tract infections or kidney problems. That's why I switched to wet food for Whiskers when I noticed he wasn't drinking much, and it made a world of difference. Another surprising perk of wet food, it's great for weight control. Cats feel fuller with fewer calories, which is especially helpful since 60% of indoor cats are overweight. Wet food helps maintain a healthy weight without overfeeding. But let's be real, wet food isn't perfect. It's more expensive than dry food, and once you open it, you've got to refrigerate it. Plus, no one likes seeing a disappointed cat when they're served cold leftovers. Now let's talk about dry food, the kibble that saves the day for busy cat parents. Here's why I sometimes rely on dry food for Whiskers. Dry food is super convenient. You can leave it out all day, perfect for cats who like to nibble on their own schedule. And guess what? It's cheaper than wet food, which is a big win for owners like me trying to save some money. Dry food also doesn't spoil when left out, so if you're away for the day, you don't have to worry about it going bad. But here's something you might not know. Dry food can also be good for your cat's dental health. The crunch can help reduce plaque buildup. However, it's not a replacement for regular dental care, so don't skip those vet checkups. There's one catch though. Dry food only contains about 10% moisture, which means your cat may not be getting enough hydration, especially if they're not drinking water regularly. This can lead to dehydration or even kidney issues down the road. Now, let's address the big question. What about raw food? Is it a magical solution or just another trend? Here's the thing. Raw food is similar to wet food in terms of moisture content. It's packed with natural water from the raw meat, but there's a big difference. Raw food is not processed, meaning it keeps all of the natural enzymes and nutrients found in meat. That sounds great, right? In fact, it's the closest thing to a cat's natural diet in the wild. However, feeding raw food comes with some risks. Without cooking, raw food can contain harmful bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli. So, while raw food might seem like a super healthy option, it requires careful preparation and proper storage to keep your cat safe. You'll need to handle it with as much care as you would preparing raw meat for your own meals. For me, I decided raw food wasn't the right choice for Whiskers because I wasn't ready for the extra work and risks. If you're considering raw food, I recommend talking to your vet first. It's important to make sure it meets all of your cat's nutritional needs, especially the critical ones like taurine, which is essential for heart and vision health. Whiskers has changed a lot since he was a kitten, and just like him, your cat's age and personality play a big role in what type of food they should eat. When Whiskers was a kitten, I fed him mostly wet food because it's softer and easier to chew. Kittens have sensitive teeth and need the extra hydration and nutrients for healthy growth. As he grew into an adult, I started mixing in more dry food. He became more independent and loved to graze throughout the day. For active adult cats, dry food provides the energy they need while keeping them satisfied. But as Whiskers got older, around age 8, I noticed he was slowing down and even having trouble with his teeth. That's when I switched him back to mostly wet food. Senior cats need more moisture to stay hydrated and softer food that's easier to chew. The extra hydration also helps prevent kidney problems, which can be a real issue for older cats. So whether your cat is a wild kitten or a wise senior, you need to adapt their diet as they age. Let's face it, as cat owners, our schedules can be just as important as our cat's preferences. On busy days when I knew I'd be gone for hours, I'd leave dry food out for Whiskers. He's a grazer, and having food available whenever he wanted worked perfectly. For owners with crazy schedules or those who travel often, dry food is a lifesaver. It doesn't spoil, and you can even set up an automatic feeder if you're away for a day or two. But on days when I was home, I loved watching Whiskers get excited for his wet food meals. I'd feed him twice a day, morning and evening, and he seemed to really enjoy the routine. Wet food is great for portion control, and it's a wonderful bonding experience too. To save money, I started mixing both wet and dry food. Wet food in the morning and evening, with dry food left out for grazing. That way, I could get the benefits of wet food while sticking to a budget. Let's not forget homemade food. I know some of you might be tempted to prepare meals for your cat at home, but there's a difference between homemade wet food and industrial wet food. Homemade wet food lets you control every single ingredient, avoiding fillers, preservatives, or artificial additives. If your cat has specific allergies or sensitivities, this can be a great option. However, it's super important to ensure you're meeting your cat's nutritional needs. Cats need essential nutrients like taurine, and it's easy to miss out on these with homemade recipes. Consult your vet or a pet nutritionist before going down this route. On the other hand, industrial wet food is convenient and nutritionally balanced. High-quality brands are formulated to meet your cat's dietary needs, including the right amount of protein, fats, and vitamins. They're easy to store, require no preparation, and provide consistency in every meal. So there you have it. Whether you choose wet food for hydration, dry food for convenience, or even raw food for its natural benefits, the key is finding what works best for your cat's health and your lifestyle. For Whiskers, a mix of wet and dry food has been the perfect balance. He's healthier, happier, and, let's be honest, less grumpy at mealtimes. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell for more perfect tips from Dive Into Meow. Until next time, keep those whiskers twitching and tails wagging.